it was just like the song that Suryanshi has reached half a century. We're all talking about self acceptance, but it's really not that easy.
Right?
Fun fact, depression pills give you erectile dysfunction.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Teen Talk Show. This is your host, Jasmine, with my co host, Prateek.
Hi guys, welcome to the podcast. Today we are joined by our very special guest, Suryanshi Gupta.
Hi, I'm Suryanshi.
Okay, so Suryanshi, what do you think as a teenage girl? What is the most prominent problems we have with body image?
I feel like there's the constant struggle, feeling that we don't have an ideal body type, or the discomfort in being yourself.
Yeah.
It's a sense of insecurity.
Yeah, what about you, Prateek?
I'm not a female.
I meant from a guy's perspective, but okay, thank you for that.
I think the only thing for me was that I didn't want to look chubby, because in the PE period, people would be like, oh, you can't run. And I'd be like, of course.
Yeah, I mean, not being able to run is kind of bad. If someone's running after you with a knife,
You see, I acknowledge that I am obese, but then insulting someone is not the way to go.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I think,
That is what body shaming is.
yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, pointing it out as a caring friend, like genuinely, like you should try to control your weight. It could be unhealthy for you. Like being
See,
able
there's
to
a
put that-
difference between pointing it out and then laughing at it, cracking jokes that are not nice, body shaming jokes or fat shaming jokes. Yeah, that's not the way to go.
I feel like this also really impacts how we view food as teenagers, especially if you struggle with your body image. We become really, or not we, but like people become super conscious about what they eat. And because of
Mhm.
that, they often tend to just not eat anything or end up eating stuff that's not good for them. It's like people going on crash diets. As teenagers, going on a crash diet is a bad idea
Mhm.
because you need
So,
that.
can you specify? Can you explain about the crash diet thing?
Okay, so crash diet, I mean, most of our listeners are probably aware, as are you guys, but basically, crash diets are when, like, the types of it, right? One is where, say, it's a white crash diet, wherein anything that's white in color, you don't eat that. Like any food item, of course, that's white, you
Wow,
don't eat that, whether it be
that's
egg,
just
yolk.
racism on food. Nice.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so it could be cheese, egg yolk, the egg, the albumin part of the egg, cheese, butter, anything that's white, you don't eat that. And there's another kind of crash diet, which is just a plain crash diet, basically for say 24 hours or 48 hours. You don't eat
Mm.
anything, you only survive on maybe juice or water or some sort of like a weird mixture and smoothie thingies people make. That is bad. That's
That's
really bad for you.
I've been on various diets. I've been on a low carb diet and a no sugar diet. But when you come back to your regular eating schedule or the way that you were eating before, you just gain that weight back. It's really useless if you don't consult a nutritionist.
So, do you punish yourself if you're not able to achieve your goal per day?
Yeah, I work out more. You should not just, develop a diet plan of your own.
Mm-hmm.
It's pointless.
Like following these popular fit tubers.
Keto diets,
Yeah.
Those
that stuff. It's so famous that many people don't actually consult nutritionists when they follow it, and they just end up starving themselves and filling themselves with too
No.
much protein.
But no, keto actually kind of makes sense. You just eat a lot of fat, cut out all the carbs, so your body starts to gain energy from the fat that you've eaten.
Yeah, no, but
How
it's the
it
thing
works.
now because people don't understand keto diet. They'll see someone, okay, they'll Google it a little, and they'll just make a diet plan of their own. So, have you guys ever had any experience with body shaming, maybe by your family or your friends?
So it was about fifth grade, and we had those annual, or actually twice a year, medical checkups, and I was about 50 kgs in fifth grade. But the guy behind me, he saw my weight, and when we returned back to our class, it was just like the song that Suryanshi has reached half a century. I laughed it off at the time, but I feel that it kind of affected me adversely. It's really hurtful. They should not laugh about it. It's not funny,
Exactly.
you know?
Medical checkups are the worst, man. I don't like them.
I know.
I mean, I know they're necessary, but
No, but
Not-
even the doctor who's, who's the one who's checking you up, if you're overweight, she's gonna suckle your weight as if you made such a crime, if and the kids who are standing behind you, they're gonna peek. They want to know how much you weigh.
So, Pratik, have you had any experiences of the sort?
Oh, I have a lot to tell actually.
Go ahead. No one's stopping you.
Being insulted by the closest of friends, and I told you about my PE experience. My family was very supportive. They weren't even like, oh, I mean, they were like, you need to exercise, get out more, but they never made fun of me, and they didn't allow me to have any diets. They're like, dieting is shit, don't do it.
I mean, I feel like dieting is a little bit of a controversial thing, because many people actually go on diets that are terrible for their bodies. They can end up getting anorexia or they go bulimia or something. So it's, for me, what dieting means is just having a healthy, balanced diet, right? And avoiding anything that could harm your body, like avoiding processed food, avoiding sugars, because sugar is not good for you because you get sufficient sugar from your regular diet, right? Whatever diet the diet is, depending on it, but most of the time you get sufficient sugars from your regular diet, so you don't need to add extra sugar in your coffee or tea or milk or whatever you're taking. So just cutting out the sugar, the unnecessary processed food or super deep fried food or like junk food. That stuff. Cutting those things out, and that's about it. Live healthy and exercise a little. That's
Yeah, as a teen, you shouldn't need to diet because you're at your growing stage. You need food, basically.
yeah, and you have these random cravings, like those midnight
All the
cravings.
time.
Yes,
Literally all the time. I'm hungry all the time.
Yeah, me too.
especially during the exam season.
I know.
Oh, fun fact, your brain consumes 20% of your body's energy and makes up I think it makes up for less than 2% of your body's mass. So it's a
Wow.
tiny part of your body, but it's consuming the maximum energy as compared to any other organ. So when you're studying or reading or doing any mental activity, you tend to get a lot more hungry.
So when we're talking about body positivity, and each of us have our own how do I say, definition or
Definition.
yeah,
Ideal
definition.
body type.
Yeah. So do you guys have any specific image for your body?
Suryanshi?
I really want to, just have carry that confidence. I feel like I lack that. There's insecurity, a sense that maybe I'm not perfect. And, none of us are perfect, but it's that insecurity and that feeling that you have to cover yourself up because every time you wear half sleeves, you feel like you're exposing too much of yourself. Because I have felt that. I feel a lot more comfortable wearing baggy clothes than full sleeve clothes. I just want to have that confidence to be able to carry myself. That's all.
Pratik?
What is it for you, Jazz?
Okay, I was going to ask you, but I'll go first. For me, it's being able to just, again, be confident in myself, of course, and whatever I'm wearing. But I guess for me, it's not just about me because I feel like everyone has their own personal goals, right? Someone would look at it from a sports perspective, or someone just wants to maintain a decent weight, or someone just is not into sports, but they still want to be really fit. It's a personal thing. But I feel like it's more of a perception that bothers us, like how people will perceive you, like how they judge you for wearing something. Like if a certain piece of clothing, let's go with a crop top, right? So it's been shown to be worn by people who are skinny, ladies who are skinny. Then if you aren't in the exact skinny category, and if you wear that, people will be like, oh my god, look at her. She looks
I
thin,
know.
right? She should not be wearing that. Like that does not look good on you. That part hurts more than anything. Because even if you love yourself, other people won't let you. And that's bad. That's really bad. Yes.
For me, I'll just sum up it in like 2 words. It's like technically it's 4. It's self-acceptance and self-love. There you go.
What does self-love mean to you?
First of all, I'll start with acceptance. I'll accept कि I'm chubby, right? And then self-love, I'm like, okay, I'm chubby, but it's okay. I will work day by day. I'll take small steps to reach my goal.
That's
Right.
perfect. Yeah, it's the first part is acceptance. Depression medications and birth control pills often make people gain weight like crazy. right?
Fun fact: depression pills give you erectile dysfunction.
What? Why do you know that?
Research 100.
Okay. Thank you for that input. But yeah,
That was very needed.
I mean, it's not something funny. You shouldn't laugh about it. It's actually a serious
Yeah.
issue.
All right, so yeah, I think media also has a very big role, and especially social media for this.
There's the glorification of that certain body
Mhm.
type.
I mean, it's
And even if they're gonna say that we have plus size models, you always put the word plus size, and that making them feel a little
exactly.
different than the others.
It's like everyone.
Be normal about it.
People try to normalize it. I recently saw a post. It was like circulating on Reddit, and there were a lot of memes on it. Basically, there's a picture of two ladies, right? They were both on the beach. They were wearing the same bikini, right? One of them was like really skinny, and one of them was like quite obviously overweight, right? And then in the caption, they wrote, "It doesn't matter if you're sexy or fat, you're beautiful." Like, okay,
Nice.
exactly. That's not. I mean, you've got the spirit, but you're just a little confused there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're making it sound like, okay, it's okay to be normal or it's okay to be black. Like, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That stuff doesn't make sense. You're not normalizing it.
There are so many advertisements on social media, and you'll see just one type of girl with that one certain body type, and the way they've glorified it, and all these clothing brands.
So how can you combat body shaming?
Acceptance.
So, do you mean acceptance on a personal level or acceptance as a society, as a whole
No,
society?
I think it's being empathetic.
No, but there's nothing to be empathetic about now. I mean, we have to normalize
See,
in a
sympathy
way.
is just pity. So don't want
Yeah.
to pity them.
Definitely not.
Dude, it's not a disease. You don't have cancer that you'll be pitying them.
Yeah, that's why you need to empathize with them.
You cannot empathize with them.
There's nothing to empathize about in the first place. We have to make that normal. Yeah.
Dude, you're saying them as if it's like a separate group of people. We're like, here is us, and they're there, and we have to make them feel like they're a part of us. As long as you keep doing the us and them, it's not okay. It's not gonna work.
We just have to make different body types, and everyone has a different ideal body shape. We just have to, accept that fact. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yes. I mean, honestly, many people don't even know this, but they're actually body types. I did not until like a couple of months
I know
ago.
that.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, what are those three called?
They're ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph.
Endomorphs.
And these are for all like all genders, right?
Yes.
Okay, so basically endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. And see, the thing is, if you look at a model and she's of one of these three categories, and you're not of that category, there is literally nothing you can do to look like that. Please try to understand that there is, I mean, until unless you go through some surgical process, which is honestly, please don't do that. Until unless you do that, there is no way you can look like that because that's not how your body is made. Everyone is made unique and is beautiful in their own way. But if you're going to try and change yourself into something you're not, so don't idealize people don't have unrealistic and ideal expectations for yourself. But
Own your shit. Own your shit. That's all.
So I think for combating body shaming, there should be one for we sensitize kids, right?
Yeah,
But
because kids think bullying is okay.
Yeah, you see some comedian, not gonna name them, you see them making
Yeah.
jokes, you're fat or you're this color, and you think, oh, it's funny, let me just go ahead and reciprocate that,
yeah, that's
which
not
is wrong.
when comedians say it, they're not saying it to offend you. When a comedian puts out a joke, they say it to make you laugh. And it's not
But
because
then kids don't understand, no.
Yeah, exactly. When a comedian makes a joke about, let's say, like about someone being fat or about a specific skin color, that is not, they're not making fun of them. They're accepting them as a part of the crowd. And they're being like, yes, you are here as well. They're acknowledging their existence for who they are. It's like pretending skin tones don't exist or people don't have different skin tones and everyone is of a neutral skin tone. That's not how it is. Everyone has their own skin tone and you have to acknowledge them for it. You cannot
I
be like,
think
okay,
when
everyone is white.
KG say
Exactly.
Kindergarten से ही they are like, this is the skin color pencil or this
Oh
is
my
the skin
Yeah,
color crayon.
I don't think there's like an official color called skin tone, but
No, we had this peach color, and they would call it skin color
oh my
while we were
yes.
while we were coloring. Remember, it's not
Hmm.
that easy to feel that comfortable in being yourself. So like we also need to make other people like in a whole realize that it's not okay to bully someone for being who they are. If they're comfortable, just let them be.
Exactly.
Hmm.
I mean, until unless you're not harming anyone, and you're
Yeah.
cool, just mind your own business. Really, that's all it's about. I mean, if you're doing something and it's not harming anyone, and maybe it's benefiting you in some way, then by all means do it and let people be.
Yes.
Being able to accept who you are for whatever you are, okay? That's one of the most important things because now you know, okay, this is where I am and this is where I want to get. And now I can figure out a way to get there. But if you don't know where you are and you just keep denying yourself, like you keep denying that, oh no, I'm not overweight or I'm not too skinny. I mean, not
Yeah, you aren't addressing the problem.
exactly, you aren't addressing the problem. I mean, I'm not saying there's a problem per se, but whatever it is you want to improve on, if you don't know what it is you want to fix, then you cannot fix it. It's as simple as that. They always show these, oh my god, those skin whitening commercials.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, they're still there, and they're
I
so
know.
annoying.
I
The
mean, I'm pretty
government put
sure,
a ban to it, no?
yeah, I'm pretty sure there was like a commercial which clearly said that all these other commercials are BS and you cannot change your skin tone. That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just impossible. And still other commercials are there and that commercial isn't shown anymore. I mean, people will do absolutely anything to change their skin tone because they feel like their skin tone is somehow wrong, which is not the case. There's nothing like a wrong skin tone. The fact is that these kind of commercials are not there anywhere else in the world, except for like South Asian countries. Like, you know, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and all the countries surrounding that. It's only there. I mean, I've never seen a single skin whitening or skin lightening treatment commercial there. I mean, the cosmetic treatments that are promoted, but that's for a completely different reason. But skin lightening and some is concept we as Indians are really obsessed with, and it's and in marriage commercials. No, basically, I don't know if you know this, but there's a page in every newspaper where they are basically, for those who don't know what it's called, it's basically like a relationship of
Matrimonial.
matrimony. Yeah, it's like a matrimonial page. What it means is that people, usually it's the parents, what they do is they take their kid, right, who is, they'll say their son who's 30 years old, so be like, okay, like a bride needed, age group
Fair.
this, gender, oh wait, let me go, age group this, skin tone this, and caste this, and we want her to have this job or we want her to be a housewife, and then they'll put it there. And same goes for guys.
Basically, for the listeners, this is Tinder for boomers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's published in national newspapers, which is circulated around the country. And not just our country, many other countries as well. And it's very explicitly mentioned what skin tone they want from their bride to be or their groom to be. And also, tall, light skin tone. And these are two very, very common things.
Tall skin tone accepts patriarchy. Yes.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's basically what they want to say. And it's so messed up.
There's literally a brand in our country which has the word fair in it. Just
Fair and lovely.
straight up. You're not supposed to say it, Jasmine.
We can say this stuff. They can't sue us. If
I
they
mean,
sue us,
technically,
then they're screwed. Because then they're just censoring speech. They can't do that.
so I was reading. I hope you're done. Okay. So I was reading this article and they introduced this term body neutrality, right? And basically, the whole aim of it was self-acceptance over self-love. You know, so this is like so it's kind of like like a station between loving yourself and hating yourself. So it is specifically helpful to the members of specially abled community and chronically ill. Thank you guys for tuning in to the podcast.
For those of you who don't know, this is a podcast for teenagers, by teenagers. And the whole point of this podcast is basically to talk about issues that affect everyone as teenagers in high school, whether you're 12 or 13 or you're 18. there are certain things that we all go through, and not just go through, but certain things that affect us all. So every week we'll be choosing one of those topics which you guys recommended to us, and make sure to leave one of the topics in the comments. And if you like it, make sure to leave a review, and make sure you follow us on Instagram to stay tuned. And for bloopers and behind the scenes, it's at the rate Teen Talk Show Official.
It was really fun having Priyanshi.
Thank you.
And I really hope we all learned something from this today. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay hydrated.
And with this is your host, Jasmine, signing out.